Hello, Western Civ 104. I'll just be a little brief today. So again, I know you all are working hard, and anyhow, as I've posted in a brief announcement earlier, I hope you saw that I'm happy, and I want to encourage you guys just to hang in there as we're getting closer to the end of this semester. And so all I'm really basically going to say is that I hope that when you're looking over this section, this module, that you'll see how a crisis in a nation can create problems for a community in terms of communal violence and in terms of the kind of maybe wacky religious ideas that people will get. In other words, as tragedies start to occur, people become more insular and they look for answers to the problems that they're facing. And that can have some negative results. I remember I had a friend in college. He was a Chaldean Christian and from Iraq. His family's from Iraq. And so he told me at the time, before all the war happened, that his favorite city in the world was Baghdad, tragically. But what he was telling me is that what his family members noticed when he visited prior to all the wars, that this was at a different time in history. He was saying that they noticed that more and more of the women had head coverings, that people were getting more religious because Iraqi society was very secular. And if you would have studied the region, you would have known that since I was in high school, so I'm 45 now, since I was in high school, we've bombed, essentially, Iraq was bombed by the US or Britain every month, almost every day actually, but it's certainly every month since I was in high school up until the war in Iraq. So I'm sure a lot of you are not aware of that. And there were sanctions on the country. And the UN claimed that there were several thousand children a month dying due to the sanctions alone. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Now, I didn't come here to try to talk to you about the controversies of Iraq, but to point out that this was a very secular society. And as their country went under siege, they became more and more religious. And so, and if you look at all the way to what's developed now and the sectarianism, these are all rooted in this kind of historical crisis. By the way, I think every time that I do a video out in public here, there's kids. I'm starting to realize that Hong Kong has a lot of kids everywhere. I mean, that's good, right? And they're always laughing and very loud. So maybe we'll just end it on that note. So let's always remember there's always lots of kids in this world that just want to play at the end of the day. And let's create a world in which everybody gets to do that, right? So if you have any questions, just let me know. And we'll be in touch.